Hey everybody, you're watching Cole the Cornstar. Don't forget, if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. We need to hook up the trailer and load the Bobcat. I have no idea how I completely forgot to film myself loading the Bobcat, but I did. Guys, I'm serious. We got something huge coming. Let's go check it out. Had to get some water to quench my thirst.
Cole, we are so excited. We're all sitting here. We just can't. Hey, take a look at this.
You got a new car!
Yes! I'm excited to drive it. And I got tinted windows so nobody recognizes me when I go through town.
We're just kidding with you guys.
Not pretty exciting or what, Cole? I have a feeling within the day we'll have at least 2 trees ripped out of the ground. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it big enough for that?
If we have to dig and dig to get one out, we're gonna do it. Nice looking machine.
I'd say we're gonna have some fun with that.
Hopefully Cole doesn't wreck anything with it.
Tore my driveway!
I couldn't help it, Cole.
It's okay, you're not the first person to ruin my yard.
Bigger than the backhoe.
Oh boy. I watched a 5-minute YouTube video on how to run this, so I'm basically a professional.
Me, Cole, and Dad have not ran anything like this before, so that'll be fun. Cole's gonna probably tear out his first tree here. We'll see if he destroys the machine or not.
How do you think I did, Coop?
You drove pretty straight, I suppose.
So Jonah Hill here, Seth is gonna give us our full 3-day run-through training on how to operate this machine. So how big a machine are we looking at here, Seth?
Right around a 54,000 pound excavator, Cole.
Being a complete rookie here, what kind of stuff can I tear down with this?
Pretty much anything you want. You just gotta be real careful. Make sure you know where things are going as you're dropping them.
Okay, and this last question, it'll stay between you and me and the however many 100,000 people are watching this video.
Absolutely.
If you had to pick between Daddy Cornstar, Cooper, and I to run this, who would you rather have running it?
Well, I know Cooper's very mechanically inclined, so I think he's probably going to be a pretty good operator.
Okay, you can just leave. Now I need to learn how to operate the thumb. Seth, you can come over anytime you want.
Bring toys like this out, right?
Gonna have a lot of fun with that.
Now Cooper's getting his training.
Yeah, I'll take a few hours, kind of get to know the machine, how it runs, and then the guy will be able to go clump, clump, clump. You know, you like I told Cooper, you look along here, it looks like a lot of trees, but once you actually get out, it's the way they're bushed out, and keep our creek from plugging up all the time too. And our neighbor will like it. It won't go against his bridge when the high waters come through.
Right now, Cooper's building a bridge. That way you can drive the excavator across. Man, Cooper's going to town over there.
Things get used to, but it don't take very long.
So we got this excavator on a rental for the next month. I'm gonna let Seth talk a little bit about the rental company.
I work with Readers Equipment. We've been a local dealer since 1951. We carry brands like Hyundai, JCB, New Holland at our Elkhart store. So a lot of equipment.
All right, guys, now that we got the excavator here, what in the world are we gonna do with it? First things first, you guys see all these trees? Yeah, they're coming out. Now these trees shouldn't even have been here in the first place. We're not about ever having our fields look like this again, so we're getting rid of them and it's gonna stay that way. We'll toss the drone up in the air real quick, and that way you guys can get a little feel for the task at hand. I've never flown this before. I don't think there's too much we can screw up. I hope not anyway. Oh, I gotta run through all the setup stuff. And there you go. I think I'm getting it figured out. Definitely takes some getting used to. It's kind of chilly in the shade. I'm gonna put on a sweatshirt.
Did the drone work? And I think Pete's sneaking off on us.
I never mentioned what kind of excavator we were running earlier. This is a Hyundai, not Hyundai, a Hyundai 235L. I'm not absolutely 100% certain on all the specs on the machine. I just know it's big enough to do what we needed to do, and that's to get rid of all these trees. So originally the plan was to take chainsaws to all these trees, but the more I thought about it, the less I wanted to do it. Just take this little area right here. That's a lot of trees. Now times it times 2 miles. I'm not scared of doing the work, but that's a lot of time. So then I thought, what if we hired an excavator to come in? I really like the idea of that. People who run excavators can get a lot done really quickly, but then I looked at the price tag, 200 bucks an hour. So then I thought, you know what, these trees, yeah, they're annoying, yeah, they're robbing a lot of our yield from the edges, but I don't have time to take them down with the chainsaw, and I don't want to spend that much money to hire an excavator. So I was talking to my cousin one day, and he mentioned, well, why don't you rent an excavator? To be completely honest, I'd never really taken that into consideration before. I just assumed it was really expensive. So I decided to do a little bit of digging, and I got a hold of my buddy Seth, and he told me we could rent one of those for less than $50 an hour. So I said, that sounds pretty good to me. Rooters, Hyundai, whole bunch of names to remember. We rented this particular excavator through a company called Readers. Readers sells anything from construction equipment, farm equipment. They rent out a ton of stuff. If you're looking for an excavator to rent or any other type of construction stuff, or even tractors, or if you're just in the market looking for stuff, I'll include a link to their website in the description. You guys can go down there and check it out. If you guys want to get an excavator for your farm, I would highly recommend it. But please keep in mind, there are some jobs where you want to have a professional excavator operator. Try saying that fast. Professional excavator, were you want to have a professional excavator operator do it. Taking down trees isn't too difficult, but there are some things that should be left to a professional. Once again, guys, if you want to get an excavator out on your farm and you want to tear down some trees with it or do whatever with excavation work or any other kind of construction equipment, go check out their website. You can find out what they got, what they have to offer. So check out the link in the description so you can have some fun in one too. I brought the Bobcat with the dirt bucket and the forks. I'll push around in these tree piles, get them stacked nicely, and I'll fix any holes that Cooper may or may have made.
Got a lot of damage done already, don't he? Funny, you look at the trees, it looks like so many of them, but when you get down here, there's really not that many. It's just when they're all bushed out.
In the past, you were told about renting an excavator. What did you think about it, Dad?
Didn't never look into it, but I figured they'd be really, really expensive to rent, so we never looked into it. But boy, for these bigger jobs, or the rental rate is very, very reasonable. And I just never thought about doing this work ourselves either. You know, it's kind of neat we get to do it ourselves.
The company is pronounced Readers, not Rooters. Readers.
Readers. I tell you what, the men that we visited with and stuff, very easy to work with, and they want it to work for you and you to feel comfortable in it. Even like today, they took the time to teach us the machine and how to learn to run it right.
Oh yeah, I should probably mention we rented the excavator for 160 hours. The actual rental fee per hour came out to $41.25 an hour. We have to cover diesel fuel and we had to pay for freight to have it shipped here. So if you need to do a little bit of penciling on your own, those are the numbers.
Anna came out too. She wanted to see what Cooper was doing right now because we knew if Cole was running it, we'd want to stay way back.
You guys think Cooper looked good with a GoPro attached to his forehead? Yeah, I don't either, but we're still giving it to him.
That one tree down there comes out in that U there.
Yeah.
I had to dig like a 20-foot hole to get the roots out. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get in there or not. This stump right here, probably been in this creek for almost 10 years. It used to be in our yard, and this tree was a good shade tree until the big windstorm in 2011 came through and destroyed our yard. Oh, we got a rock. Oh, we dropped the rock.
You guys will have to get on Reader's website, check them out, and if you stop there or anyway, let them know you've seen it on Cole the Cornstar. We would really appreciate that.
Besides running the skid loader because it's fun, I'm taking the trees and I'm putting them in a pile, and I'm also surveying the grass as I go along. I look for stuff like this, and I'm also looking for big bumps and holes. Down the road, once these brush piles are gone, we're gonna have 15 to 20 feet of grass along the edge of the creek. So I'm taking care of the bumps and holes now, because once grass grows over them, we're not gonna be able to see them. And let's say we swing the planter into the grass strip and there's a hole that's 4 feet deep, it's not gonna be good. There's been trees along this creek my entire life, so this is really cool to see it becoming opened up again. I should clarify, we're not tearing these trees down just to tear them down. We have good reason for why we're doing it. There's basically 4 main reasons. The first one is trees take a massive amount of nutrients. So when we're growing crops beside the trees rob the nutrients from the crops, and then the crops along the edge of the field don't really yield anything. Number 2, trees have a lot of roots, and those roots look for water. Do you guys see that little waterfall? That is where a tile is draining into the creek. So as those tree roots are looking for water, they end up going into the tile and then they plug it. Plugged tiles are extremely annoying and they can get fairly costly. The third reason is eventually these trees die and then they fall into the creek, which causes the creek to plug up. Then once it plugs up, the water's got to reroute somewhere, and oftentimes that'll cause the bank to get eaten out. We battle that issue enough the way it is, so if we can eliminate that from happening, that's what we're gonna try to do. And then lastly, since the trees are on the edge of the field, whenever we get some sort of storm where the wind blows, we get a bunch of sticks and branches that end up out in our field. If we run just the right stick through the combine, it can cause major damage. And that is also something that we don't want. So that's why we're getting rid of these trees. Yeah, it's definitely time for bed.
I suppose, guys.
It's time for me to get in the shower and go to bed. This makes a pretty good place to end the video, so remember, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, write it down in the comments, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That way you'll be notified when I post new videos. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.